I mean, don't investigate the friends either, I think. I wouldn't. I think they're all fine. They're just good old boys, hanging out, having fun. What's wrong with you?
You little tater tot bitch. We are 2 minutes and 35 seconds into this video. I'm just as gay as the rest of us, motherfucker.
Feels just the same. Another sunny day in LA. Everything is fine, so they say. Wonder what the news is.
The FBI found 150 homemade bombs at Virginia home during search in December, prosecutors say. In Norfolk, Virginia, federal agents found one of the largest stockpiles of homemade explosives they've ever seized when they arrested a Virginia man on a firearms charge last month, according to a court filing by federal prosecutors. Investigators seized more than 150 pipe bombs and other homemade devices when they searched the home of Brad Spafford, northwest of Norfolk, in December, the prosecutor said in a motion filed Monday. Prosecutors wrote that this is believed to be the largest seizure by number of finished explosive devices in FBI history. Most of the bombs were found in a detached garage at the home of the Isle of Wight County, along with tools and bomb-making materials, including fuses and pieces of plastic pipe, according to court documents. The prosecutor also wrote, several additional apparent pipe bombs were found in a backpack in the home's bedroom, completely unsecured. In the home he shares with his wife and 2 young children. Spafford, 36, was charged with possession of a firearm in violation of the National Firearms Act. Law enforcement officers allege he owned an unregistered short barrel rifle. Prosecutors have said he faces numerous additional potential charges related to the explosives. Defense attorneys argued in a motion Tuesday that authorities haven't produced evidence that he was planning violence. Also noting that he has no criminal record. Further, they questioned whether the explosive devices were usable because professionally trained explosive technicians had to rig the devices to explode them. There's not a shred of evidence on the record that Mr. Spafford ever threatened anyone, and the contention that someone might be in danger because of their political views and comments is nonsensical, the defense lawyers wrote. Messages were left Wednesday seeking further comment from the defense lawyers who signed the motion. The investigation began in 2023 when an informant told authorities that Spafford was stockpiling weapons and ammunition, according to court documents. The informant, a friend, told authorities Spafford had disfigured his hand in 2021 while working on homemade explosives. The informant, a friend, probably a federal agent. Prosecutor said he has only 2 fingers on his right hand. The informant told authorities that Spafford was using pictures of the president, an apparent reference to President Joe Biden, for target practice, and that he believed political assassination should be brought back. Numerous law enforcement officers and bomb technicians searched the property on December 17th. The agents located, so hearsay. Guys, it's illegal to have 150 finished pipe bombs in your house. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean so hearsay? It doesn't matter if he was going to blow up President Brandon or not. Like, this ain't communist China, brother. If I want to make pipe bombs in the privacy of my own home, I should be able to do so. What the hell's going on? I'm sick of the goddamn nanny state. Yeah, God forbid men have hobbies. The informant told authorities is hearsay. I know his intent to kill the president while alleged play no role in the fact that he had 150 finished pipe bombs, chatter. That's my point. Like, that is already illegal on its own, chatter. Not whether or not he wanted to kill the president or not. Bro was out there crafting like he wanted to make sure he could hit the higher point on his skill tree. Yeah, he wanted to develop explosive ordnance expertise. He's like, I'm sorry, I got this Rust style craft bench, and honestly, I wanted to get to the third tech tree. You know, once I started making it, I couldn't stop. You know, there's a glitch right now in the server where for every 50 pipe bombs, you get extra credit. You are defending the FBI right now? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude had 150 pipe bombs in his house. I don't care about his political affiliations in this situation. Are you serious? Like, this is the one thing that the FBI is supposed to do, is just like apprehend guys like this so they don't turn around and say, oh, we had him on our radar. Like, usually they turn around with guys like this and say, oh, he was on our radar. We didn't realize he was going to use 150 pipe bombs. It's like the Department of Homeland Security, okay, is an institution. It's relatively new and it shouldn't exist. But before the Department of Homeland Security, you had INS. Also, I have issues with that as well. But before the Department of Homeland Security, sex trafficking still happened, okay? And the FBI was in charge of it. Now, the Department of Homeland Security under ICE takes care of sex trafficking incidents, okay? And investigates and prosecutes sex traffickers. Do you think that I'm against that function of the federal government? No, I am not. Just because I am against ICE on principle does not mean that I don't think that there needs to be a federal government agency that is in charge of investigating and prosecuting and putting behind bars people who engage in sex trafficking, for example. Or in this case, if someone is building 150 pipe bombs in their home, it's good that the federal government goes, hey, that's illegal. We're arresting you. Wow. Controversial opinion, I know. I had to take the glasses off for this one because I didn't want to read chat any longer. You know what I mean? This one cooked me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. This one took a lot out of me. I must be just like Jank, going right wing. On my right wing arc. Okay. Anyway, numerous law enforcement officers and bomb technicians searched the property on December 17th illegally, in direct violation of his Fourth Amendment and Second Amendment rights, by the way. I call that unlawful search and seizure, brother. In direct violation of the First Amendment, Second Amendment rights. My Second Amendment is there to protect the First. That's why I need the goddamn pop bombs. Anyway, agents located the rifle and explosive devices, some of which had been hand labeled as lethal, and some of which were loaded into a wearable vest. I wonder what he was going to do with the 150 pipe bombs, some of which were loaded onto a wearable vest. Technicians detonated most of the devices on site because they were deemed unsafe to transport, though several were kept for analysis. At a hearing Tuesday, federal magistrate Judge Lawrence Leonard determined that Spafford could be released into house arrest at his mother's home, but agreed to keep him detained while government files further arguments. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. What the what? What? In response, prosecutors reiterated why they believe Spafford is dangerous, writing that while he is not known to have engaged in any apparent violence, he has certainly expressed interest in the same through his manufacture of pipe bombs marked lethal, his possession of riot gear, and a vest loaded with pipe bombs, his support for political assassinations, and his use of the pictures of the president for target practice. Dude, there are certain first-time offenses that you are, allegedly engaging in that require you to not be able to go out in public. Okay? This, I believe, fits that bill. As opposed to, not that far away, in Florida, a judge put a $100,000 bail on a woman having a phone call, a claim denials phone call. Like, you could let Luigi out right now, tomorrow. I wouldn't feel unsafe. This guy roaming the streets, everybody should feel unsafe. What the hell? You are to the right of the FBI on this issue? Yeah, I am. Because I secretly think the FBI is like, no, that's our guy. Dude, you're letting him out? I mean, you're not letting him out? Dude, come on. Come on, Judge. That's our best. That's the next guy. That's the next Jabbar right there. What are you doing? We haven't even activated him yet. He was a Republican, so he should be able to go home, lol. Yeah. Excuse me. He has a wife and children. There's a lot of dangerous bomb-making materials in his... There's a lot of dangerous bomb-making materials in his house out in the open. If he's not there, his kids could be unsafe. Oh my God, he's out. He's out on bond.
In our own backyard, we're hearing new details on an FBI raid on a home in Isle of Wight County, and where the feds say the largest seizure of finished explosive devices in their history. 36-year-old Brad Spafford faces a weapons charge for now. Then on your side's Nick Broadway has new reporting from court documents and reaction from the community.
Oh, I didn't see what he looked like.
As new.
Yeah, no, he's clear. He's in the clear. No, this is a honest to God cornbread countryman, dude. I mean, come on. Yeah, he one of them good old boys. Let him out, Judge.
New reporting from court documents and reaction from the community.
The people I spoke with who live nearby say they don't know much about Brad Spafford and haven't even met him. They told me he and his family moved to this house behind me just a few months ago. Those who spoke with me did not want to appear on camera. They tell me Spafford and his family kept to themselves after moving to the 20-acre farm last fall. A friend of the suspect acted as an informant for the FBI for more than a year. They told agents Spafford was stockpiling weapons, at one point blowing 3 fingers off his hand while making homemade explosives. The informant said Spafford used pictures of President Biden for target practice, alleging he hoped a shooter doesn't miss Kamala. They also told the FBI that Spafford and his friends are preparing to do something Spafford cannot do alone. In mid-December, the FBI swarmed in with a helicopter.
I mean, don't investigate the friends either, I think. I wouldn't. I think they're all fine. They're just good old boys, you know, hanging out, having fun. What's wrong with you? You're weird for thinking it. Yeah, you should wait until they actually do something, and then you can have an incredibly violent siege campaign on whatever compound that they live in with their families, and then gas the entire family and kill all the children and the dogs alongside the people in a shootout. And then you can pat yourself on the back. Like, yeah, we did it. Only after the bombs have exploded, of course. And you can tell the media, hey, he was on our radar, by the way, but we let him go.
Parked in the field across the road, and several agents.
Bro, I know FBI informants are sus. I know. They are notoriously corrupt. I know. The dude still had 150 pipe bombs in his house. Hello? Like, I don't care about the he wanted to kill Biden stuff, okay? That's it. For me, listen, I have a fairly high bar to clear in terms of what I think constitutes a grave threat to the public. Okay? And for me, what I personally believe constitutes a grave threat to the public is when you make your 149th pipe bomb and you go, gotta get one more just to round it out. Okay? That's it. You do that, and I'm like, maybe you should be in jail. Oh my God. If the dude was even one shade browner than he is, he would currently be shipped off to the Colorado ADX Florence facility, okay, to sit in an isolated cell, never to see daylight ever again for the rest of his life. But when you're a white guy and a Trump supporter, they just let you walk after making 150 pipe bombs. That is crazy.